Welcome. In this video, we are going to explain common ways financial advisors get paid. First, I want to clarify that how an advisor is compensated may be different than the cost you pay. You can use a simple calculation to see if the price you pay for financial guidance is good for you. The benefit you receive minus the cost you pay equals perceived value. Once you find an advisor you feel will generate value for you and your family, you should also understand how they are paid and if this may influence their recommendations. To illustrate the differences in compensation, we will look at a few advisors. Meet Sally. She embraces change and is a fiduciary at all times. This is Bob. He has been helping clients for many decades and believes everything is good the way it was. Even though they are different in many ways, both advisors are ethical and feel they work in their client's best interest. Let's take a closer look. While Bob has seen many changes in his long career, one thing that has been around long before him is commissions. When an advisor receives a commission, they are getting paid by a company to sell a product. Bob has a duty to ensure the product he recommends is suitable at the time of sale, but he does not have an obligation to support the client in the future. Let's look at a few industry averages for products that are typically sold by commission. 2 to 8% for annuities, 3 to 6% for mutual funds, 80 to 100% of first-year insurance premiums for products like life and long-term care insurances. Here's an example. Mary has $500,000 to invest as part of her investment portfolio. If Bob recommends an annuity, he would get $25,000 based on a 5% commission, which is the middle of industry averages. While an annuity may be the best solution, it is human nature for Bob to calculate his payment as soon as he sees the opportunity. Because of these upfront commissions, these types of transactions can cause conflicts of interest for Bob. Even though they may be significant conflicts, Bob is not doing anything illegal. Sally works on a completely different compensation model and from a more client-centered mindset. Over the last few decades, major changes have occurred to advisor compensation where the advisor gets paid by the client instead of a company selling products. This model is called fee-only. In this structure, advisors act as fiduciaries at all times. Sally receives fees over the duration of a relationship with the client. If Sally doesn't live up to the arrangement she agreed at the beginning, she could be fired and lose money. Because of her fiduciary duties and the structure of her compensation, Sally is aligned with the client's needs. Just as we did before, let's look at a few industry averages for typical fees. 1.02% of assets under management at a $1 million breakpoint, $1,200 to $1,500 to develop a financial plan, or $5,000 annually for a retainer or subscription model. Here's the same example as before. Mary has $500,000 to invest as part of her investment portfolio. Sally would most likely create a financial plan at a cost of $1,350 to assess Mary's needs based on more in-depth analysis. After reviewing her plan, Mary has the power to determine if she will receive a long-term perceived value based on the details Sally outlines. Mary could choose subscription, assets under management, or maybe a combination of models. Services vary depending on the type of work performed by the advisor. If Mary chooses to work with Sally using a subscription model, based on industry averages, Mary would pay a $5,000 fee a year. If she chooses an asset under management fee structure instead of a subscription model, she would be paying the same $5,000 as a 1% fee. If you have never explored fee-only compensation, it might take a little longer to understand. In our opinion, it is more aligned with a client's long-term needs, is extremely transparent, and helps to reduce conflicts of interest. But wait, there's one more advisor to discuss. Meet Richard. He can be a little tricky. Richard uses a term called fee-based. In this model, an advisor can use both commissions and fees. We stated earlier that either compensation program can be ethical. Unfortunately, The name misleads consumers and lulls them into believing it is the same as fee only. This model is very different, and you should know when an advisor is acting as a fiduciary and when they aren't. Hopefully this video was educational for you. If you have any questions on the content, please reach out so we can have more in-depth conversation. Thank you.